The Steel City might be most associated with its legendary NFL franchise, but people here in Pittsburgh know that the ties to the Panthers run deep. Glad to have you with us here at Acrisure Stadium, home to the Pittsburgh Panthers. The Canes will put total leather and will get started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, woo, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball. When you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch, you're going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
Anderson wants to throw. Got his man in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And the ball is picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Offense set on first down. They'll leave it with him. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, they would understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league.
And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt!
What a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making it.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, there weren't a lot of guys in the box defensively on that 2nd and long play, so you see the offensive line, they're able to get downfield, get a hat on a hat, and that helped lead to that successful play.
He'll try it again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long...
Going for it all. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
You know, the best free safeties I ever played against were the ones that just have a sixth sense. It's like they know where the ball is going, and they can just bait the quarterback into trying to make throws that they never have a chance of making. That's what that guy did right there. He baited the QB into a bad decision and made him pay.
Looking for space. It's Compton. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Well, it's plays like that that will help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. And the Canes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense. These little guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
I love it. The offense being aggressive. They're taking a shot. Good job by the QB getting a lot of air under that ball. And how about the receiver and his ability to track it?
On first and goal, let's see what Pitt does here. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's now a final in one of the more intriguing games of the season, this huge top 5 clash. Florida took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Gainesville. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other could have a case for the #1 spot in America, fellas.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. On the move, it's Compton. At the 35, he's open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This guy, he seems like he's destined to play on Sunday.
He makes the connection. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, K. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And the point after is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. A deep tradition of backers who make plays and get after quarterbacks. Ray Lewis could do it all back in the day, just like this guy is.
And they look the same, don't they? They look the part, just big, physical, huge guys, but the speed element always there, always in the backfield, making plays.
The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. Bounced off his feet.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
That's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. Might as well give it to him again. On the move at the 30. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Another first down. This defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
The Panthers trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another team look like that in the rest of this game.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll just keep slinging it. Looking for the score. And it's caught. Touchdown, Panthers.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing...
Got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Can't hang on, he muffs it. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Might as well try to punch them while they're reeling. You get one huge play to set it up. Now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40. Firing to the right, complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And the Hurricanes will have it 1st and 10. Anderson will throw. Makes the grab on the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. Got it set up on the outside. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Only 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Out of the gun to give to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Hurricanes will boot it away to start the second half. Looking for blockers. And the returner will be brought down. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Reads it, fires complete. Tackle is made after the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The running back has it. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's looking for an open man on second down. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab over the middle. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one after their own 37.
Just beautiful. And that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got him downfield. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Now the play fake. Wide open downfield. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after they catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and puts one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oklahoma rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that produced 4 winners of the award between 2003 and 2018. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Here's the handoff. At the 40, there he goes. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
It's just simple. Simple first down run. Showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff. It's Compton. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
And the Canes decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to hit.
They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football and try to get that elusive guy on the ground.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. 1 more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete downfield. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
Well, this This defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. He's going to pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This offense has a second down play. Leaves it with the running back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. Brings up third down.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. Pitt will have to boot this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. On the move, it's Valdez. He gets a block. A huge return there, steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Anderson wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Got a little work done on first down. Now back to the line. He'll keep it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that option game can be tricky, right? But nice job by the defense playing assignment football. And watch the linebacker. You could tell. Locked in on the quarterback. Chases him down. Gets to him. Not only gets to him, doesn't let him break a tackle. Gets him on the ground.
They'll try to move the chains on this third and long from the 50. From the gun. Wants to pass. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end. Getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Anderson will throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with him.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. The give to the lone running back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Quarterback on the keeper. Gets it past the marker. Ripping through the defense. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Tennessee left little doubt. This version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. 4 wideouts set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Anderson wants to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.